Hi, Roman Daisel here with another video about Games Workshop's The Lord of the Rings strategy battle game. Today I'm going to be talking about Warriors of the Last Alliance. And I have two box sets here that give you figures from that. The first one was released in December of 2001, called Warriors of Middle-earth. It had both Moria Goblins and Warriors of the Last Alliance. And then on the other box set was the Warriors of the Last Alliance, which just had all the good guys. I bought these box sets probably in 2016, 2017. The price tag I know says $40 on that one, $30 on that one, plus taxes. But I actually only got them for 50% as I bought them from Fan of the Sport. And the guy whose shop it was, he had bought this huge set from another hobby store that was going out of business, and he thought it'd sell. The games never sold until I came around, so he was so happy to get rid of them that he offered me 50% after a couple of months of going back every paycheck and buying a couple of things. And the box sets were the ones I'd be saving my coins for. So these were part of the first box sets that were released, the first series, for the Fellowship of the Ring, as they're in green. And let's take a look at the back. Alright, for Warriors of Middle-earth, you get 12 Moria Goblins that you can see, and you also get 8 High Elven infantry, 4 have bows, 4 have swords, and then you get 4 Gondorian infantry. I would have rather seen this all be orcish infantry, but they continue going with the goblins. Then over here we get the Warriors of the Last Alliance. So you get 16 elves and you have 8 Gondorians. I would have been more happy to see, say, 8 elves, 8 Gondorians, and 8 Arnorians. But they never showed the Arnorians in the actual movie, so this is following more of the movie, so they had to go with what they shown. I'd have also been happier to see them, instead of having 8 Gondorian swordsmen, I would like to have seen 4 bowmen, 4 spearmen, and 4 swordsmen. And the same goes with the elves. I'd rather have seen some spearmen in their ranks. But still, it's a pretty cool box set. It is. Now, they also came out with blister packs. And the blister packs came in either units of 1 figure or 4. These ones mostly have 3. And I have 3 Gondorian spearmen packs. So there were 3 in each one. So that's a total of 9. I also have 2 Gondorian bowman packs that had 3 each. Each of these box sets came with a pretty cool catalog that shows you what they had for the Fellowship of the Ring line. And then over here I got Elrond and Gil-galad. Now, they came together, but they also came in separate packs in 2001. These are probably late 2002, 2003 packaging. I also have Elendil and Isildur. Same idea. They come separately in 2001, so these are probably 2003s. And then I have 2 packs of the Elven Spearmen. Now at Fan of the Sport, because I got all these from Fan of the Sport, it says $22 on the side there. I probably paid only $11 plus taxes. And then for the other ones, the smaller blisters, I paid $13. And for most of them, I only paid $7. Some of them I paid full price before the guy at Fan of Sport finally gave them to me for half off. But anyway, so let's go into the actual models here. So the first one I actually have an Elven Command. This came in a different blister that I have the packaging for. I keep all the packaging. And you see I got a Bannerman and a Swordsman. I cannot draw, so I just put the Elves of Linden. Their banner is supposed to have like so many stars or something like that, or suns. I think it's stars. I'm forgetting it right now. I have to look that one up. So that's what I put on there, and because I can't draw and paint, I should let my daughter do this. And then we go to the actual army. And I used the same painting that they pretty much had on the box sets for these. So I got 8 archers there. You go to the back, there's 6 swordsmen and 2 spearmen. The spearmen only came in 4 basic poses. The bowmen and swordsmen only come in 2 or 3 different distinct poses. On this side I have another 8 archers, 6 swordsmen, 2 spearmen, and in the back I had the final 4 swordsmen and 2 spearmen. Some of the swordsmen and bowmen are broken because they've just been used so much. So these represent the Linden elves, elves from the kingdom of Linden, and their king was a guy named Gilgalad. Well, I believe his name Starlight or something like that. I'd have to look that up too. I should have looked that up before. Anyway, he had a famous spear, and he was a famed warrior and king. He was the high king of the elves from the end of the first age all the way to the end of the second age, and he was the last Noldoran high king. He was. Before he died in the War of the Last Alliance. He was killed by Sauron on the slopes of Mount Doom in the final climatic battle of that age. So that's pretty cool that Games Workshop put him out. He was in the extended version of the movie briefly, but they took him out and never explained who the hell he was, which is too bad because it was kind of cool. Then over here I have 4 more elven archers and 4 more elven swordsmen, and they are painted in different colors, a darker black gray color, and they represent the area called Imladris or Rivendell, which was Elrond's sanctuary. Elrond founded this during the War of Elves and Sauron in the middle of the Second Age. The elves of Eregion were defeated, and Elrond had been leading an army of Linden elves to help them, but he was forced to retreat north and east instead of back towards Linden. And he founded this refuge, and they held it until the Númenóreans destroyed Sauron's army in Arador. So Elrond has had this refuge right up until the end of the Third Age. And here I have Elrond himself. He's got black hair because his father was a man and his mother was an elf, so he got to choose what he wanted, and he chose immortality. His brother Elros chose mortality and became the king of Númenor. And his descendants are Isildur, Elendil, and Anarion. So that was pretty cool. The Elrond's there. I like that. Now, then we start with the Gondorians. Now, I have Isildur. I have Elendil, but he's going to be with the Arnorians. Now, Isildur was the co-king of Gondor. I wish they had made Anarion, his brother. I wish they had made that figure, but they haven't yet. And for Isildur, I've got him basically as Games Workshop has him painted. And then you can see behind I got 3 archers, 4 swordsmen, 4 spearmen, 4 more swordsmen. And these guys all have white tunics, and they represent troops from the province of Ithilien, which was Isildur's province. And his seat of power was in Minas Ithil, which is the city of the moon. It later became Minas Morgul around 2020 of the Third Age, or 2000 of the Third Age. Again, I should look this up before I do this. And the city was never reclaimed by Gondor, and basically fell into ruin and was destroyed sometime in the fourth age. It was. But anyway, these troops had the white tunic to represent that. And then I have the other Gondorian force. 3 archers, 4 swords, 4 spears, 4 swords again. And they're in black, and they represent the troops from the province of Anorion and the city of Minas Anor, which is the Tower of the Sun. Later it was changed to this name to the Minas Tirith, which is Tower of the Guard. So these are Anarion city. It was his province, his city. And the 2 co-kings had their capital in Osgiliath. There goes my furnace again. Anyway, in the back I have 6 more guys, 4 swords and 2 spearmen. They are from the coastal province of Lebanon and Belfalis. So they would be Pelarger. And one of them I gave him different colored hair, sandy hair. The same thing with the Ithilien guy. He's got different hair because they are not pure-blooded Dunedain. They're either not Dunedain or they're not pure-blooded Dunedain. And I made that distinction on a couple of them just because change of pace. Most of the soldiers of the last alliance on the Gondorian side were full-blooded Dunedain, which means they had gray eyes and black hair for the most part. Anything else would have been abnormal or tell someone that they're not pure-blooded Dunedain. Race is a big deal in Lord of the Rings. I'm not saying that Tolkien was a racist, but he made a point of emphasizing blood purity and how evil it can be too. Because the Númenóreans fell because they thought themselves racially superior to many things and wanted immortality like the elves. They tried to wrest immortality. So anyway, for those who don't know, they can read the book. Anyway, this is a cool setup. The 2 box sets with the starter set give you a pretty big army, and all the blisters do too. They give you a good set of troops. So counting the heroes and the captains, I have 50 elves, and I have 37 Gondorians, Second Age Gondorians. Not to be confused with the ones you see in Lord of the Rings. The Battle of Pelennor Fields. So I have played this, including the Arnorian troops. I wish they had included Arnor, which would have been cooler, but because it's not in the movie, fans of the book will know what I'm talking about, but fans of the movie, or have seen the movie and played the game, won't have a hope in hell when I know what I'm talking about. So, but it would have been interesting to include them as well. So anyway, that's it I have for these guys. I hope to get some more of them so I can fill out more spearmen and bowmen, especially for the Gondorians. I wish they'd released some cavalry for these guys. And I also wish they had released Isildur's sons, Elendor, Siratan, and Eratan. Those 3 were in the War of the Last Alliance, and all 3 were killed during the disaster of the Gladden Fields. And I wish they had included an Anarian figure. And I also wish they had included an Anarian son, Menendil, who became the king of Gondor in his own right. And Gondor and Arnor split apart because Isildur and his sons fell in the disaster of the Gladden Fields, leaving only Isildur's foreson Valandil as a child in Arnor, and Menendil started his own dynasty in Gondor. No more co-kings, and the 2 states were no longer unified in any type, any shape or form. Anyway, that's it for that. Let me know what you think in the comments box. If you have any comments, let me know what I can do better. I am not a very good painter, so these things look great from far away, but when you get close up, not so good. I'm going to do more of them. I'm going to put all my entire collection online just for you people to see, because I do enjoy this. And I love Lord of the Rings in any shape or form. Till next time, see ya.